Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. And this is probably a really weird video to make, but to be real, it's not really a weird video. I've already made one of these before, but ladies and gentlemen, I think we can all say that at long last, justice is finally being served. After all the nonsense with this dude, justice is finally being served. And served well. Now, you must be wondering why I'm even bothering to react to this. And for me, I wouldn't say it's personal, but I hate when people go overseas and basically ruin it for others. I actually hate it so much. Like, it's got to be one of the most annoying things to ever have to deal with. Because it's like, for people who want to go overseas and actually experience these cultures and whatnot, it gets completely ruined when you got people like this, specifically Americans who will go overseas and just act like absolute idiots, causing these other cultures to basically view everybody as one of these kind of, people, especially when it comes to these IRL streamers. Like, IRL streaming pretty much, like, whenever you see this, it's basically like if you're an overseas person, I would assume that it's like, it's cooked, bro. It's cooked. But, yeah, no, 31 years. So that means when this dude gets out of jail, whenever they throw him in finally, let's see, I'm 26 right now, so by the time this guy gets out of jail, I'll be in my 60s.
Absolutely terrible for the disrespectful IRL streamer who's now stuck in
insane.
South Korea because he just got hit with another deepfake charge, which adds an additional 10.5 years of potential prison time in South Korea, which means the grand total of prison time that he's currently facing is 31 years in a South Korean prison. And he just admitted all the attention he's currently getting isn't even worth it anymore.
In the long run, do you think that it is worth it?
At this point, no.
I mean, come on. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Finally, at long last, he admits that he's being an idiot. For the longest time, this dude was just running around acting stupid, and I think now he just realized that he's about to spend 31 years of his life. 31 years that you ain't gonna get back in a Korean prison because you want to act like a fool on the internet for clout. Clout is a dangerous drug, man. It really is.
Overall, harassing strangers in public should never be incentivized in general, but massive skill issue because you simply picked the worst countries to do it. Maybe not the worst, but definitely terrible countries to be doing.
Well, let's see. Japan, they kicked him out, so he can't even go back to Japan no more. South Korea, obviously, they don't tolerate that shit. That's why he's going to jail. I think there's a couple other countries where he went to them too. If I'm correct, China and a couple other Middle Eastern countries where they kicked him out because of how stupid shit he was doing. But yeah, he should have honestly been in jail a long time ago. I'm gonna be real with y'all, but better late than never, I guess. Better late than never.
The streaming,
like, this guy is the prime example, other than all the other nuisance streamers who are getting punished right now, the prime example of why you shouldn't be doing any of this bullshit that they're doing. Because yeah, you might get views. Yeah, you might get some clout, but at the end of the day, is it really worth spending 31 years in jail in some foreign country that ain't your own? Is it really worth all that clout? For some people, I guess it is, but I mean, he said it himself. Dude asked him, after all this, you think all the attention you're getting was worth it? He said, fuck no. I'm about to go in jail in 31 years. I better not drop the soap.
Because let's be real, if he was doing this in the US, most likely he would be out on bail, and he would only get a slap on the wrist for any trials that he actually went to. And for some reason, this absolute moron still offers.
For whatever reason, I have to give it to other countries. They don't even tolerate the disrespect, bro. America is so lenient on certain shit that it's insane what people can get away with. It's insane what people can get away with in America because the justice system here is so ass cheeks that people can just do damn near anything. And they just get a slap on the wrist, as he said. Either a slap on the wrist or they don't even get punishment sometimes. Like, we talk about this all the time no, I don't talk about this all the time, but it's talked about all the time with, women who do false accusations against dudes, especially in sports and whatnot. And, you would think there'd be a punishment for doing that because they're lying under oath, but nothing, bro. Absolutely nothing, bro. And I can tell you probably a couple of stories of some cases that happened that just recently, and no punishment. I'm not going to go into all that, but yeah, no. You try to do that shit in other countries, though. Oh yeah, you're cooked. Japan got that. What was it? 99.9 conviction rate. I'm pretty sure Korea's the same way.
Rates like he's in the U.S. Yeah, I done.
Good, what you?
Good, can't complain. Currently recording this video in a business center in Weston in Boston because I'm currently traveling, but news happened, so here we are. But I mean, hey, I'm only stuck in a Weston business center temporarily. Johnny is stuck in South Korea for the foreseeable future. Because I mean,
Yeah, and
right
that's
after
another
the trial
thing.
I
He can't even leave South Korea anymore. He can't even leave South Korea. So he's basically just awaiting. Like, them drawing this out, honestly, at this point, is just they're just torturing this dude. I'm not even gonna lie, in a mental sense. Because he knows it's coming. There's no way in hell that he's getting anything. And I'm pretty sure the lawyer that he got currently right now, if I'm correct, is like, it's not even an actual lawyer. It's like a tax lawyer. So he's just cooked. So they're just drawing this out and just every time, no, they're just letting Johnny cook himself because every single time he opens his mouth, he cooks himself more, which is why he's even got this in the first place. Not to mention, they got so much evidence because he's done half this stuff on stream that it's just like, bro, he's beyond cooked.
He was playing it cool. He was like, oh, nothing's really gonna happen to me. Nothing ever happens. I'll be out in no time. A couple months later, he's lost a lawyer. He's still stuck there. And new charges are dropping pretty much monthly at this point. I don't know if he's going to get let off the hook as quickly as he thought. So now it seems
He
like
ain't gonna
reality
get
is
off
really
the
starting
hook
to
at
set in
all.
with
He's
this guy
stuck.
as
He's cooked.
His only friend and financial supporter is starting to get extremely fed up with him as he's getting more and more charges. But at this point, most people know the story. Absolute moron, goes to Japan, gets in a whole bunch of trouble there, ends up doing about 3 months of jail in Japan, absolutely does not learn his lesson, goes to Israel, gets detained a bunch, gets a bunch of threats, ends up doing something that gets him permanently banned on his only platform that he actually makes good money from, which is Kick, and then he ends up fleeing Israel while still permanently banned from Kick. What does he do? Absolutely still does not learn his lesson. He then goes to South Korea, rinse and repeat, does the same thing all over again. Now, facing 31 years in prison because clearly he has still not learned his lesson.
And crazy thing is too, is I guarantee that nobody's going to make excuses for him, but I guarantee, like, he had the chance to stop. He had his chance to stop and learn his lesson. He had his chance, and he never learned, and now he's cooked. Like, once again, prime example of what not to do. Like, I don't care if you do IRL streaming. Like, that's not a thing. I know people that do IRL streaming on Twitch. I follow somebody specifically who does who travels to breakdance tournaments and whatnot, because I like watching those kind of things. But it's like, when you're just doing this shit and going to all these countries that people wish they could go to, you know, not have the money and whatnot, and just acting disrespectful as hell and making it worse for everybody else, it's just so stupid. Now, granted, everybody in the world basically hates this dude, so granted, this guy's not ruining it for anybody because everybody hates this dude. Like, everybody hates him, bro. This guy is the freaking laughing stock of the internet. Every time news like this pops up, we're all just giddy to see how long he's gonna get stuck in prison. Honestly, they should just put him in there permanently. Because I'm pretty sure with all the stuff he's done, he's going to get well more than 31 years. But still, he's beyond cooked.
Nobody feels bad for him whatsoever because he has not learned his lesson whatsoever. He's just been given way too many chances to, you know, pack things up and pivot the way he's making content. But instead, he just continues to double down. Even
because his strategy was to go to countries he knew were pretty lenient about how they deal with people. That's why he went to countries like Japan, you know, countries like Israel and South Korea. And then he went to South Korea thinking he could just do the same crap and get away with it. And this time they cooked his ass. Bro. Honestly, 3 months in Japan, honestly, was too short if you think, for me personally, 3 months was too short. They could have kept him in there for a couple of years, me personally. Not gonna lie.
after admitting the attention is not worth it, he still wants the attention. And a lot of people have been asking me, hey, why isn't he currently arrested in South Korea? Well, South Korea apparently operates very differently, especially when it comes to foreigners. Apparently, they don't want to spend the taxpayers' money on taking care of Johnny. They want to put that burden to provide for himself on Johnny. So now,
it's
Johnny
literally
essentially is homeless.
He's cooked because he can't stream, which means he has no money because that was his only way of making income. It's literally a beautiful plan. It's a beautiful freaking plan by South Korea. Because if they basically put him in jail, they'd have to feed him, clothe him, yada, 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 yada. But if they let him just wander around South Korea doing more stupid shit, because he has been doing more dumb stuff as he's been wandering around Korea, basically homeless, if they just let him do dumb stuff, then it just drives the nail deeper and deeper in the coffin, meaning that they're gonna be able to put him in prison for a very, very long time. It's honestly a freaking 5 million IQ play. I'm not gonna lie.
Except for Hank. He is now a burden to Hank and Hank's family because I guess Hank thinks it's a good idea to continue to pay for him. Because Hank, for some reason, thinks that's the right thing to do, even though, as you'll see, it's destroying his life as well.
I'm gonna be real. Hank is only doing it because he wants that clout. He's trying to get clout off of Johnny. That's all it is. Nobody in their right mind, unless they're trying to get clout off of somebody, is going to support anybody like this. No way in hell.
Well, Johnny is a sinking ship and he's dragging everyone he can down with him. Because Johnny is stuck in Korea for the foreseeable future. He cannot leave Korea until all of his court cases are done, all of his time is served, and all of his fines are paid. Then he can finally leave. So until recently, he's had 5 charges that stuck and then 1 that got dismissed. 2 of them are misdemeanors. 2 of them are obstruction of business felonies, which hold a maximum of 5 years each in prison. Then you have 1 deepfake charge, which has a maximum of 10.5 years in prison. And just now, they added another deepfake charge, which adds another 10.5 years of potential prison time in South Korea. So he's now facing a maximum of 31 years in prison. And I guess after all this, he's slowly starting to realize that he's ruined his life.
I talked to my mom this week and she was like, really just like, you need to stop drinking. Like, it's ruining your life. You're 24. You know what I mean? You don't need to be.
And that's the crazy part. This guy has so much, like, 24 is so young, bro. You out here you basically are cooked. Like, you're about to miss out on all of your 20s, all of your 30s, and let's see, you're gonna miss out on all your 20s, all your 30s. He's basically gonna be around 50 by the time he gets out, and that's if they don't put more charges on him. His whole life is over. Like, this will be the last time this man will ever see the light of day, probably again, for a very long time, bro. And it's freaking beautiful. Because once again, this is setting the example for any other idiots who decide to act like this. To be like, yo, unless you want another 31 to 40 years in prison, I suggest you don't be stupid like this idiot was. Because he's cooked.
Drinking and doing this crazy because you know what I mean? Like, alcohol is definitely the reason why I've done so many great.
No, it ain't. Alcohol ain't the reason. He over here trying to blame it on alcohol, bro. Zero accountability. The reason you did it is because you're a fucking clout chaser and you're stupid. You're freaking stupid. And because you went to these other countries and somehow walked out of there alive, and then all of a sudden now you trying to blame it on the alcohol after you finally got your ass checked in a country that don't play that bullshit. Shut the fuck up.
Do not back down, never give up. It's not backing down, never giving up. It's about just bettering yourself as a person. I think I would truly be a better person if I didn't drink alcohol.
I mean, he ain't wrong, but that's ironic because even without the alcohol, you were still full. Let's be real here. And the crazy thing is, the fan base he has that keeps egging him on to do this, he doesn't even realize it. But the fan base that he has that keeps egging him on to do stupid shit is only doing it knowing that he's fucked. And they're just trying to get entertainment out of him. Because they know he's cooked. That's why they know he's cooked. There's no way he's getting out of this. So they want him to do as much stupid crap as possible so they can all laugh at his ass. So that when he goes to jail, he's beyond done. He's done. Nobody is going to remember this dude after the next 31 years, except for the fact that he was an absolute idiot and went overseas acting like an idiot.
I feel like it doesn't bring anything better. It doesn't bring anything positive to my life. You know what I mean? I can make good content without drinking alcohol, like, easily.
When Johnny is sober,
I'm about to say, you know what else you can do? You can make good content without going to countries and acting like a complete ass, too.
he actually has some fairly reasonable takes. But that didn't really last for too long because, according to 15 Minutes of Shame, 1 single hour later, he was already drunk streaming.
Come party with us.
It's a quiet hour, though.
Okay, you like Diddy?
Yeah, I like Diddy.
You like this song?
Wait. Outside, I couldn't hear either.
Then come here and sit with us.
Dude, you bought another one?
No, it's the same one we had.
No, it's not.
Ace it is.
You finished the last one.
No, I didn't.
How this guy's getting any support at all is beyond me, man.
All right, come Hank. Don't the bike. Can you dance with Diddy with me one time?
Well, Why are you like drinking so much, man? Come on.
Listen to Diddy with me, please.
All right.
I mean, Hank here is just acting like a disappointed father, and this is
Bro, Hank, I don't know why you're supporting. Like, once again, it's got to be for clout. There's no way, bro. There's no way in hell you could get caught. There's no way you catch me supporting this dude, bro. No way. He'd be on the street. There's no way I'm allowing this dude in my own house. That's the thing with Hank, is he's going to get cooked by proxy of being associated with this dude for supporting him. He isn't going to get clout off of this, and I don't think he knows that. He's not getting clout for supporting this dude. He's going to get freaking embarrassed like he is right now in this video.
is Johnny's only lifeline in Korea. Why would he be actively trying to burn this bridge? I guess he just can't help himself. But the reason I say this is in an interview, they actually admitted that Johnny has ran out of money and Hank is his only lifeline, even though Johnny will still go on and on about saying, oh, I actually have money and I'm not broke.
Legal mindset and these channels, they spread like fake narrative that like I'm penniless and things like this. It's not true, but that I'm destitute and this stuff for me. I've been living an okay life here. You know what I mean? I stay with Hank, so I don't really have expenses for living.
But here's the reality of the situation.
I have sacrificed my finances. You know, like I've actually, like Johnny ran out of money because they refused Johnny to work. So I've been actually providing for him.
He's been helping me a lot. He's been helping me with not only like legal fees and stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's helped me pay for a lawyer and stuff like that. And this
dude's got to be rich, because there's no fucking way. This Hank dude has got to be either rich or stupid, because there's no way in hell, bro, that the money that you're wasting trying to support this dude, to clout farm off of him, is going to be anywhere near worth it, bro. It's no way, bro.
Great friend. Like, honestly, I respect him for that. And when I get out of here, a lot of it I do owe to Hank. He's a real man.
Yeah,
you're not getting out.
And,
you're not getting out,
not
dude.
To mention that I sacrificed my time and space here. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that all he says is he respects Hank for that, dude. If it wasn't for Hank, from what
he would
we're
be on
hearing,
the streets.
he would be homeless. So I mean, the least
he
can
would
be is
be
a
on
little
the
more grateful to
streets,
Hank,
bro.
because apparently he was starving before Hank took him in.
And I actually fed him back to health too. He was very unhealthy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm very skinny. Hank claims when I was living on my own in Korea, I was very skinny and gaunt. You know, because maybe my diet was not good, but Hank is definitely. People now on the internet are saying I have like a gut and man boobs now because Hank has been feeding. I've been on the Hank diet, and Hank has been feeding me so well.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, oh my god, the shit is embarrassing, bro. It is so embarrassing. You could not catch me, bro.
So bad that Hank, he's being supported by his family, and his family is threatening to cut that off because he
there it is. There it is. Okay, so now we know. I was about to say, how? I'm trying to think, how the hell is Hank got the money to support this absolute moron? But hey, all the questions just got answered, bro. So he's getting money from his parents to support him, but then Hank's taking that money and using it to support Johnny like a moron, and he's about to get cut off. If that happens, he's fucked. He's fucked himself for supporting an idiot, and he deserves it. It's his choice. Me personally, the instant I hear him talk about, yo, we're gonna have to cut our money off because you're supporting this moron who we all hate. Yeah, I'm cutting Johnny off immediately. Out the door. I don't give a fuck. I would have never even supported him in the first place after seeing what he's done in all these other countries, let alone South Korea. He would not be getting any support from me. I don't care how much freaking followers he got. I don't care how much clout this dumbass got, bro. There's no way in hell you're gonna catch me supporting somebody like this.
Keeps on funneling that money back to Johnny.
I risk my family not paying my tuition to help Johnny because I believe that helping Johnny was right thing to do.
No, you don't. You believe that helping Johnny is gonna get you some fucking clout on YouTube or whatever the hell you're streaming this video off of. That's what you believe. There's no way in hell you're risking your tuition for school that you're getting paid for by your parents, something that I might add with South Korea's freaking, economy right now. It's probably rare to see unless your parents are rich as shit or got the money for that kind of thing. Like, come on now. There's no way in hell. No way.
Pretty much.
His mom hates
Because
you. Your mom hates you, right?
Yeah. My mom hates you. My
The whole country
grandparents
hates
hate you.
him.
And you said, despite all that,
Despite
he's
all
my
that.
friend, and wrong is being done to him, and I'm gonna make sure that he gets out of Korea safely.
Yeah.
It's the real
I mean,
He's
bro,
gonna regret
Why
that.
would you ever destroy your own life and ruin your standing with your own family over
To
Johnny?
support
This
this
is clearly someone
dumbass,
who's
bro.
only using him because he has no options left. But that is still not stopping Hank from allegedly pulling some strings to get Johnny a new attorney. But apparently this attorney isn't from the big leagues. He
Nope.
is
He's a tax
an
attorney.
attorney. That's about it.
So
Tax
he's got
attorney,
both
bro.
a
He's garbage.
public defender that was originally covering his Eastern District, his Western District case, and a private lawyer which was on the East, which is now registered
Hasn't
in the
seen
West.
court in 20 years,
So we're going to
bro.
talk about this lawyer.
So
He's
so cooked.
We actually predicted who this lawyer was. We had a leak. Ramsey gave a leak about who this lawyer was. We now know officially the lawyer is Choi Guang-ho. Or Guang-ho Choi. Choi is his family name. So that is the lawyer that has registered. He is a tax attorney.
He's so cooked, bro.
He has not been inside a criminal courtroom in 20 years.
He's cooked.
Let me say that one more time. He has not been inside a criminal courtroom in 20
Like this
years.
whole thing.
He is a tax attorney.
Like
So
when this dude I guarantee they need to. Hey, I got an idea for South Korea. If they really want to make some money off of this, live stream this guy getting finally sentenced. Like they need to live stream this sentencing if they really want to make some money off of this. If they want to make some of that content off of this, they need to live stream Johnny getting put in the handcuffs in the orange suit or whatever suit that they got and taken to jail, bro. They need to live stream that shit. Because it's over at this point.
what probably happened, and this is something that we said, was this is probably a friend of Hanky Poo's family who got put on this case.
And apparently his entire legal strategy for the deepfake charge has been a complete flop.
His whole big legal talk, his whole big legal strategy was, we're going to settle with Bong Bong. We're going to settle with the female victim. We're going to pressure her. And they wanted to threaten her because she showed the image on her stream as well. But she showed it to show how mad she was about it, being like, this is wrong, right? So they were, he tried.
So he's already getting cooked for sexual crimes and a deep fake on a false video. So that doubles his actual crimes for. So technically, see, if it doubles it, each charge is a max of 10.5 years. He's done 2 deepfakes, right? Oh, okay, I get it. For a second, I was looking at that. I'm like, wait, wouldn't that be 41 years if they double it? But no, I'm thinking about it wrong.
Tried to blackmail the victim. And not only did that fail, it literally backfired in his face. When he tried to blackmail the female victim, the prosecutor probably saw this and said, oh, hell no, we're going to double down and give you another one. And by the way, there will be no settlement on that one because it's with the Korean YouTubers that you are literally attacking and threatening with defamation. Remember, guys, Hank and Johnny have been threatening to sue the Korean YouTubers and myself, by the way, threatening to sue me with defamation in Korea. Do you think that people that you threatened to sue, and you are suing, you literally said you're suing them, you were threatening Dalgoon, you're threatening other people, do you think they're going to come to some settlement with you? By the way, that doesn't even really work in Korean court. Even if they were to say, oh yeah, we agree, the prosecutor could still bring it.
I mean, the issue with Johnny.
And the crazy thing is your dumbass freaking friend, Johnny, live streamed himself doing all these crimes. The evidence is already there. It's cooked. There's nothing y'all can do. That's the funny thing about this. How do y'all think you're going to get away with this when Johnny already provided the evidence to the court via live stream? He live streamed himself doing every crime imaginable. He's done. He's cooked. And if I'm correct, the way that Korea works is they got different sectors. for, you know, judges and crimes and whatnot. So this is just the 31 years in Korea in prison from one area of Korea, let alone the other areas of Korea that Somali has went to and acted like a fool at. Like, he's done.
Is most of what he says is hot air. Unfortunately for him, the judge and prosecutor might not know that because he's made a bunch of threats and he's said a lot of stupid stuff. So it's safe to say this backfires tremendously on this guy. Because let's be real, all he had to do after he got caught, even after making all the mistakes in Japan and all the mistakes in Israel, and I guess all the mistakes in Korea, once they charged him formally, all he had to do was shut up, apologize, be respectful, and he probably would have gotten left off with somewhat of a slap on the wrist. Instead, he does the polar opposite. He disrespects the judge, the prosecutor, the victims, the people covering it, and the Korean citizens. That's not going to give you any leniency with a judge. I mean, the dude is just playing the worst cards possible as a social experiment to see how the Korean justice system will handle that. But for every day that passes, it seems like
he's basically trying to figure out, what can I get away with? Essentially, and he's not getting away with any of it. He's done.
Penalty is going to be harsher and harsher. Then to make things worse for himself, apparently he lost a lawyer.
Just today, we had the public defender step down. Now that is likely.
I would too. There's no way in hell you could get me to defend this dude. There's nothing to defend. He's done. If I'm a lawyer and they talk about, hey, we got something for you right here, you know, and I look at the name and I see Johnny Somali, oh, fuck that. Hell no, bro. I don't care how much money you're paying me. I want this dude under the jail.
They were actually removed from the case. That means they weren't the ones who petitioned it. It was the court that did it, probably because he no longer qualifies for a public defender. When you have a private attorney, that typically disqualifies you from having a public defender. So it appears that he was disqualified from that.
Like, imagine
So
trying to
the case
defend
will be
Johnny
even
Somali,
more
bro.
expensive for Johnny.
Like,
or
imagine
him,
trying to
depending
defend
on
this
who's
shit.
footing the bill here. And Legal Mindset also issued a correction here saying the attorney has actually been to court 5 times in the last 20 years, or at least 5 times. But apparently he's lost all 5 of those cases. So Johnny's now hired back.
So that doesn't make it any better. So it's like they got a dude now working for Johnny who's not even a freaking actual attorney who does those kind of cases, but he hasn't seen a courthouse in a while. And with the cases that he has done, he's lost every single one. Bro, they're just setting him up. Well, I mean, he already set himself up for failure, but they're just setting him up to get embarrassed. Like, once again, if South Korea wants to make some money off of this, they need to live stream this shit. Everybody will be watching it. It'll probably be one of the most viewed live streams of all in history, bro. In history. That's how much the world hates this dude. Like, if there was a Korean dude, it'd be like Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp all over again. I don't think it'd be that huge, but it would be huge, bro. It'd be on that kind of level. Like, everybody would love to watch this dude get sentenced to jail for 31 years live, bro. Everybody would be cheering their asses off, bro. I would live stream that. No joke. I would not. I'm not joking about this. Like, if they had a live stream and somebody announced that, oh yeah, they're doing a live stream of Johnny Somali getting sentenced to prison, I'm making some content out of that, bro. That's free content, bro. Free. Like, once again, if they want some money, they need to live stream this dude getting sentenced, bro, because it's cooked.
He's gone 0 for 5 over the last 20 years, and he's still acting up during his trial. I mean, by the way Johnny is acting, you would have thought, hey, he hired some big league attorney with this big boy crypto money he has. But the reality is different. And as I stated previously, he's now admitting that it's not worth it anymore. He's banned on Kick. That was the platform he could actually make decent money on. And they're most definitely not going to take him back. And we learned that from Ice Poseidon.
In the long run, do you think that is worth it?
At this point, no.
So now Johnny is permanently banned on Kick. He's also permanently banned from Patreon, apparently, and Airbnb.
I didn't know about that. To get banned from Patreon is wild work. There's some really crazy stuff on Patreon. But to get banned from it is wild work. And let alone Airbnb. But then again, with the stupid stuff that he's been doing from Airbnb, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Shit, I'm surprised he ain't banned from Twitch and YouTube too. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. They might as well ban his ass too. Shit, ain't nobody supporting this dude other than the idiots who want to see him act stupid.
Patreon.
He needs to ban. He be banned all the way everywhere.
I don't even know how. Somebody sent some kind of article to Airbnb. Airbnb.
So it's hard for him to make a living streaming. It's harder for him to collect donations. And it's hard for him to live somewhat cheap because Airbnb is a good way to live cheap when you're long-term staying abroad. So his options here are Hank's Place or expensive hotels. That's tough. But that was the quick Johnny Somali update. I will return home soon, so I'm not recording the next video in the West End Business Center here in Boston. And I'll be back in my studio with my microphone that everyone says looks kind of sus. But hey, it's a whole lot better than the phone. But hopefully, the phone makes do for now. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. YouTube,
I'm not gonna lie, the phone actually is kind of cooking. I'm not gonna lie. The quality, I mean, it's obviously not a mic, but it's not that bad. Like, it's not something that we don't have to worry about.
You'll enjoy this.
But yeah, no, Johnny Somali is 100,000,000%, you know, cooked at this point. You know, shout out Nux Taku. Yeah, no, they need if they want to make some money off of this, they just need to cook it. Lock the key, throw the keys in and everything, bro. Throw the keys in and everything. He's trying to blame the alcohol. No, this is a lot of it was done sober. That's what I'm saying, bro. The fact that his new attorney has never won a case is absolutely her. Yeah, nah. Loved it when he begged other Kick streamers to beg Kick to unban him, but Kick themselves says we can't mess with that dude no more. Yeah. Assuming he serves all 31 years, he'll be 55 when he gets out, officially selling his youth for internet clout. Nearly 8 elections will have happened in the U.S. Literally all of his identifications will have expired, and save for his social security, and his mom might be dead. That's wild. That is wild. And how much you want to bet that the instant this dude gets out of jail at 55, he's going to get back on Twitch or some other streaming platform and act like an idiot all over again? He's not going to learn his lesson. How much you want to bet? But without further ado, Shinobi signing off. You know, we love to see it. Big W's. Johnny Somali is cooked. And South Korea needs to live stream his sentencing, bro. I will watch that shit. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in later. Peace.